Oh, Paul George. Oh, Paul George. Come here, you. Come here, you. So I'm hearing you are trying to tell you saying NBA players need to play harder and they need to play hard at the All-Star game. Podcast Paul George. Podcast P is saying that NBA players need to play harder and at the All-Star game. Imagine. We got a podcaster. Is Paul George morphing into Jake Paul before your eyes? Do you even remember the last time this guy played half a season, let alone a full season? You know, I know he's an 8-time All-Star. I remember his career, even though, let me tell you something. That Pacer career seemed so long ago, I almost forgot, because that's when he was at his apex. And he had that freakish injury 2014, but he never, I don't know what happened to him. Oh, he became a podcaster, my fault. He's the same man. I think his dad was saying he couldn't play in California. They didn't want to pay him. So he goes to Philadelphia. Doesn't hardly play. Spends times making podcasts. He's got more podcasts out than he does actually shot attempts. What does he get paid for? Oh, yeah, every year I've always had these heads on sticks talking about, Podcast P. He's going to do something this year. I've been waiting on him to live up to the hype and, Only thing I seen him recently was on some private resort with his lady and like he was drinking, doing something. I don't know. He just always like he having a good time. Oh yeah, I forgot. Is he an NBA player full-time, part-time, or part-time? Now let me explain work for you. They always say if you work over, well, depends on what job you have. Some jobs, 35 is considered full-time, 40 hours, and then of course there's overtime. Okay. Then if you work part-time, that's half of that. And then if you work part-time with no T, that means you work less than 20. So is he full-time? Does he work overtime? Is he part-time worker for the Sixers? Is he part-time? Is he now let me break this down so we're on the same wavelength. Is he an overtime, full-time podcast P? Is he a part-time podcaster? Is he a part-time podcaster? So what? Oh, never mind. I gotta remember what he do for a living again. Never mind. So Podcast P, aka Paul George, is telling NBA players they need to work hard. Y'all need the jokes write themselves. He couldn't play with Kawhi